Hello everybody. Exciting news. We have been asked to collaborate on a project on a particular item that is very exciting to the both of us. It is, wait for it, the Creality Falcon 2 Pro laser engraver and cutter. Now, we are not going to do an unboxing video because there are so many online really good ones. Link in the description will give you a couple of options to have a look at that. So we're going to do a time lapse of putting this thing together. But what we're going to do after that is we are going to give you the full lowdown as novices to this kind of technology as how long it exactly takes us to get our head round and do our first project. So stay tuned. Let's get into it. That's the unit all set up. It's taken 1 minute over 1 hour to set this up. The only bit I would say that is really fiddly is trying to get the actual screen into its channels, into its tracks. That was a really difficult piece. Everything else is really easy to set up, but I would recommend, highly recommend, you looking at the video that will be in our description. What we need to do now is it comes with connectivity to a software program called Lightburn, and Lightburn is specifically designed for this kind of DIY lasers and 3D printers and all that sort of thing. So you can create your designs in Lightburn and then import them in to the laser to create your projects. One thing I want to say, absolutely brilliantly packaged together, you know, fantastic. It's all laid out nice, so that was relatively easy finding the pieces to go together. What we need to do is get the software going so we can actually create a project. Right, so we've downloaded Lightburn. Now comes the time for the exciting bit. We're actually going to try and do our first project. All I've done is I've done a little design, just a fairly simple thing. What's really important for us and for the use of this machine is that it has such good safety features on it. You have a emergency stop button here, but what you do have is a key. So you have to put this key in. You cannot switch this machine on. There's a button here to switch it on and off. You cannot switch that machine on unless you've had this key. So they give you a couple of keys, which is useful. But so you put the key in, and then you turn that to the 12 o'clock position before you can actually fire up the machine. Also, the stop button, you need to just disengage the emergency stop button before you fire it up. And away we go. The light will flash first, and then it will flash again, and it will then flash green to say that the laser is operational. And you've also got two blue lights here, which indicates that the cover is stopped. Now, if I just do this, which I'm going to raise the cover up, those turn instantly red, and that will kill the laser when you do that. It doesn't kill the fan. As you see, the extraction on the air won't kill that, but it will kill the laser, which is a very, very important thing. And of course, as I shut it down, they turn blue again to know that you're okay. This film, again, is light sensitive, so you won't, the laser won't affect it if you're looking at it, but they do also supply you with a very snazzy, do you remember that word, snazzy? For our safety guards, well, you can't actually see a thing. What we've done now is we've connected my laptop, and and let me just say this, I've got a very old laptop. It's not a modern one, it's not a flash one, it's not this, that and the other, but the Lightburn software seems to be working fine on it. So if you've ever used any kind of graphic software, Paint Shop, Photoshop, any sort of photo editing software and all that kind of thing, the tools inside Lightburn are very, very similar. So you shouldn't have it won't be a huge learning curve for you to suss that out. But there are an abundance of videos about Lightburn on YouTube that you can go into the nth degree on how this brilliant program works. So that's something we would be doing down the road. But what you need to do now, first of all, is you have two USB connections. They are USB-C connections, and they connect the laptop to the machine itself, but also this laser has a camera on it. So it's a camera mounted in the top of the cover here. And so you USB connect that to your laptop as well, which will give you, obviously, a real-time view of what's happening actually in the laser, which is obviously really brilliant. Again, novice to this kind of technology, don't really know what's going to happen, but we'll give it a go and see what happens. One other thing, Lightburn does a free trial for 30 days. So you can use it. It's absolutely, all the features are there. You can use any feature on Lightburn, but for 30 days. So this is a little project I've come up with. What we've got here is the Chateau de Montmagny logo, and I've put Lisa's name in there. I downloaded the software, took about 10 or 15 minutes to download it. And I have to say I watched one of the online YouTube videos on a basic operation of the software, because it's been a while since I've used anything like this. And then I thought, right, okay, let's dive in, let's try and create something that would be a bit of fun for Lisa, because she does have a bit of a problem now and again remembering her own name. So if we put it on our name tag, which is what I've designed, and yeah, I reckon from start to finish, download to creating my own design was about 30 minutes. The software is so straightforward to use. It guides you along within the software as much as it does. You can watch YouTube, but you can go into such depth with the stuff online. Some of these guys have put together really, really excellent stuff. So let's have a go at cutting that out.
Oh, wow. That's brilliant.
It's brilliant. I love the lettering. It's done fantastic.
Yeah.
Obviously, the logo is probably a little bit because it's so small, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you can almost read it. But I think that's maybe where we now know. But how brilliant is that? Look at everybody.
First project.
That's the nuts, isn't it? That's the nuts. So that's been produced. That took probably about 15 minutes on the software to create. Nothing special, just our logo and Lisa's name. And then you just put a board around it, just as a little sample thing. And then maybe an hour or so we've been here, just making sure everything's working okay. That's the more to the point, I actually think. And then you hit the run button, all done from your laptop, and you get this coolest thing. So, for the fact that both of us have never used any of this kind of technology before,
So it's brilliant. I'm well
I
impressed.
think that's fantastic, isn't it?
I'm really impressed with that. Right, what else can we make now?
That's the thing. She always wants to run before she can walk.
Yeah, right. So we're going to see what else we can make with it, and then we'll bring you back. We'll do a few quick times, show you what we've made with it, and see what we've done by the end of the day. This is brilliant. Now I'm down in obviously what's going to become the laundry room. You've all seen this area before, and after having such success on this laser and engraver cutter, it's just absolutely fantastic. I'm just amazed at how quickly me and Ted have got our head around this system, the software, and how it all works so fast in one day. So I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, perhaps, but I'm getting very excited about it. And I would love to make it something me and Ted have talked about, having something that we can give to our long-term patrons. We've got some wonderful patrons who've been with us literally since the beginning, and we've just become such good friends with and have supported us so much. And we've always said we'd love for them to be able to have a piece of the chateau itself, and to keep for posterity and a memory. These pieces of wood are the ancient faggots, they're called. They're small pieces of floorboards, as you can see, all different shapes and sizes, but they fit between the beams on the floor. And how the floors used to be built is they'd have the beams. These would sit on the top. They would then be covered in dirt, which would be the insulation, and then you'd have the tiles on top. So these came out of the apartment 4 that we're working on at the moment, and so they are the original pieces of wood from the chateau. I don't know whether Ted will be able to do anything with this, but I just think it would be amazing if we could do something with these pieces of wood to be able to give to our long-term patrons. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm just going too far now with this, but I think it'd be amazing. I don't know if he can, I know obviously they're uneven, so it'd be quite difficult, but whether we can keep one side as the original wood and he could plane down the other side so it's thin enough for us to be able to engrave something in it. I don't know. I'm going to take one of these over and ask him and see what he thinks. I've come up with an idea.
Right.
I don't know whether this is pushing it a bit too far, but the old faggots from down in the laundry room.
Yeah.
You know, we always said we wanted to do something for the long-term patrons, to give them a piece of the chateau. Well, what about that? Can you plane that enough to go into the engraver and we engrave something on it so they've actually got a piece of the chateau? Yeah?
Yeah, I could try and do it. We've got enough of them to...
If I go and do a design...
Yeah.
And try and do some, sort of design on there, and yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really good.
Well, I think it'd be nice, yeah. Especially for the long-term people.
Yeah. Cool.
People saying thank you. Yeah.
I'll go and try and do a design.
Right. I'll have a look at it.
What sort of width and...
Well, 25 by 10.
25 what?
25 centimetres by 10 centimetres.
Yeah.
So that'd be 250 millimeters in your thing. So 250 by 100.
Yeah.
And then that'll be sort of like that big,
Yeah.
that big
Into
by
it,
that
yeah.
big, and that means then we can work with that.
Yeah.
And if I need to chop the boards
Cool.
out, it's whether these all plain flat. I've got an idea. I can do it. It's just a lot of work.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'll do the design. You see if you can do them.
Yeah. Okay.
Brilliant. I just think that'd be wonderful.
Be nice. Be nice. So you don't have to keep me on my toes. There's always something to do. Right, so that's the bit I've done.
Oh, I like that.
That's sanded down to about 400.
Yeah,
So
I like
nice
that. That
and
looks
smooth.
really good.
It had to come right down thin, but it should work. We can vary the speed and the power to see how, because it's very dark,
Yeah.
and if we, so the
See how
dark
it comes out.
Yeah.
Okay, I've sent you the design over.
Right. Right, so as you see, we have been having a major engraving cutting day with our incredible Creality Falcon 2 Pro 22 watt laser engraver and cutter, and the light burn software, which quite honestly is so straightforward to use. We took about an hour to download, set it up, this and the other, make sure that we familiarise ourselves with it. Then we were straight into the design process, and we didn't even use, now Creality actually throw you in a couple of designs that you can do, so you don't have to worry about anything. You can literally just print something out, but we didn't do that. We just went straight in with the Montmagna design. And I love the I love the logos that Lisa's put together. This wonderful logo that we had drawn, and forgive me for not remembering the lady's name who drew it, but it really has become an integral part of this place. And this is what we've done. But in one day, we've learned how to cut, we've learned how to engrave, we've learned how to do multiples. We've even done a pretty cool thing on an old lump of oak.
Now these are going to be saved especially for our patrons, but there are so many other designs here. Now we've got our open weekend coming up for Heritage Weekend. It's Patrimony Days, and we're going to have our own stall, we've decided, and sell all of our merchandise. So this is fabulous. But what amazes me is literally in one day we have already produced all of this. We have key rings, we have placemats, we've got plaques, just in one day. This, I think, is amazing. Now, this was actually a mistake that we made, but it's embossed a coaster.
Yeah,
a cup coaster.
I think it's an inverted, it's like one of these, but inverted. The actual picture is inverted. And like Lisa said, complete happy accident. We didn't know what was going to happen, but it came out. It's fantastic.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
So I think it's fabulous.
It is, yeah, and it's only limited by your imagination.
Yeah.
So honestly, thanks Creality. What a great piece of kit. We're going to have so much fun with this.
We are really good. We have already today.
Well, yeah. 1 day's worth of fun, and it's just going to continue.
So thank you all for watching. Don't forget, if you liked the video, please like, subscribe, thumbs up, make your comments. That would be wonderful. And if you want to come along to the Patrimony Days, it's on the 21st and 22nd of September. Open day, you get guided tours. We've got an artisan fete, and obviously you can buy our merchandise. And for those of you that might want a piece of history of your own, then join up to the Patreon page. The link is in the description. You get to see all the behind the scenes, the extra footage, and Zoom chats with me and Ted. Who could want any more?
If you like this sort of thing and you want to see some more in-depth projects that we're going to be doing down the line, please check out the workshop at the old Relay channel, which you can see all the in-depth stuff of me working in the workshop, Lisa doing stuff in the workshop, and she's got a really, really cool project that she's actually
In the middle of at the moment.
and doing. It's for the outside, so it's the workshop of the old Relay, outside the workshop of the old Relay. Check it out.
See you all soon, and thanks again to Creality. Brilliant.
See ya. I think I'll better go and wash my hands. Look at the filth.
Yeah. Take care, everyone. See you
See you
soon.
soon.